How much passive income do you want every month coming in to satisfy your lifestyle? This is $10,000. If $10,000 came in every single month, would that be enough to satisfy your expenses in the life that you want to live? Maybe, but maybe it's 20,000 or maybe it's 30,000. In my case, it's a lot more than that. And if you know how to create passive income, then you can just create as much as you want until you're good to go, because it's really just a game of money. The more you play the game, the more you get, and then eventually you don't have to have a job, your spouse doesn't have to have a job, and you can start living the life that you want. So I thought, you know what? Why don't I make a video today of 6 of the most popular approaches to passive income? If you like that, then check this out.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go!
I love passive income. It's one thing to work for money, but when your money is working for you and it just comes to you and you don't have to do anything to get it because you worked once and then you keep getting paid over and over again, it's pretty cool. So I thought, why not today talk about 6 different ways, 6 paths to creating truly passive income. In my early 20s, I read a lot of financial books, and one of them was by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I became enamored with this idea where he said, well, my poor dad taught me that you work for money, but my rich dad taught me that your money works for you. And I thought, that's so bizarre. Like, what do you mean that your money works for you? And basically, when you've worked hard to save a little bit of money, you could put the money in prison, like savings or a 401k and IRA, where it doesn't really do anything. But if you take that money and you invest it, its job is then to produce and send money back to you. And I remember when I bought like my very first property and it was producing $500 a month of passive income for me. I thought it was amazing. I didn't really have to do any work, but the extra $500 would show up every month. I couldn't retire on $500 a month, but $500 extra every month that I didn't have to work for, man, that covered my rent back then. That could have covered a car payment. That could have covered credit card debt. And I thought to myself, if I just did that like 20 more times and had $10,000 coming in every month automatically, that would change everything for me. In fact, I wouldn't even need a job anymore. And originally, at the age of 26, how I became financially free was building a passive income of over $12,000 a month. It was automatic, it came in no matter what, and I quit my job. So let's get really clear on the perks of passive income. Passive income always requires work to get going, but it is the most sustainable way to become financially free because it means your income has been separated from your own time and effort. If I could do work one time, but then get paid every month over and over again for the rest of my life, wouldn't that light you up? That lit me up so much that I just started studying passive income. And there are some super popular paths, things that people like to do. And in this video, I'm going to share with you all 6 paths that most people use for creating passive income in their life today. Here's a popular one for you. It's called dividend stocks, right? You've heard of investing in the stock market, but did you know that there's a handful of stocks that when you invest in them, that they send you money quarterly? Check it out. A dividend stock is a share of ownership in a large publicly traded company that regularly distributes a portion of its profits to shareholders as cash dividends, providing a source of passive income for investors. Now I'm going to tell you that like most of the dividend stocks out there don't get you rich, but some of them will pay out at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6%, some of them 10% a year. That means that instead of owning like Apple or Microsoft, a stock that doesn't have a dividend, you start buying certain stocks that say, oh yeah, every quarter to all of our shareholders, if you own some stock, we're going to cut a dividend check to you. And for some people, that's a source of passive income. So here's a second very popular passive approach to producing income. It has to do with online lead generation, right? Like we've all heard of internet marketers. Check this out. Internet marketers create websites for different products or services that people are looking for. They then search engine optimize these websites for the best ranking to create the most leads. Companies then rent these websites to get those leads. I like to call this digital real estate because what you're doing is you're owning real estate online that is digital. It's a website, right? If I were to own a website on tree limbing for Rosen Park, California, and I have that search engine ranked really high, then when anyone in that local area needs that service, they're gonna Google it, and all of a sudden, if my website pops up number 1, 2, or 3, all the eyeballs, all the traffic are gonna go to it. Well, people are giving you their contact information, saying, give me a bid, come out and provide your service, I want you to limb my trees. That website has a certain amount of value associated with it. If I was the internet marketer that set up that website and then kind of have it automated, I then go to a tree limbing company and say, hey, I'm getting 300 leads a month or 200 leads a month. You can decide what value that is to you. How much will you pay me to rent my website and take all of the leads and make the most money? This sounds really complicated, but that'll change November 15th, 2022 with the advent of AI. Artificial intelligence now can build your websites for you, write all of the copy, put it all together. And this is also something that I help people do. It's a really cool way of producing passive income because, again, you do work once, but guess what? You get paid over and over and over again. If you think that's pretty cool, there's a link below this page, and I can show you how to actually do that and make money with it right now. Let's do one really simple to change it up. Renting space. This is our third approach to producing passive income, right? Like you rent a space or you own your house, and what if you have extra space? Did you know there are other people that will say, can I store my crap there and just pay you $20 a month, $100 a month, $300 a month? Can I use some of your garage space? Can I use some of your storage space? Can I rent a room? And all of a sudden, guess what? You have passive income coming in every single month. I got a brother that does Turo, right? You've heard of that. Like he'll specialize in an area of buying certain type of vehicles, and then people will come and rent them out. He makes money with them. It's just another form of renting crap that you already have that you're not appreciating or using maybe that someone else is willing to pay for. Here's number 4 that I have a lot of experience with. Simply lending money. You see, there are many places where I can borrow money super cheap, but then people will pay 10%, 15%, or 20% to borrow it from me. Borrowing money at a low interest rate and lending it at a higher interest rate and capturing the difference, that's called financial arbitrage. I have a lot of money out there that I've borrowed at 5% and I'm earning 15 to 20% on it. So when that money comes back to me, I'm gonna give some of the interest to the person I borrowed the money from. I'm gonna capture the difference. This is a very, very popular way of making passive income. But Kris, I don't have money to lend out. Like, sounds like it takes money to make money. Let me ask you, do you own a home right now? If you do and you've held it for the last couple of years, it's gone up in value. You could go to the bank and get a home equity line of credit. You could borrow that money at 6, 7%. And guess what? If there are people out there that will pay you 15 to 20% on that money and it's collateralized and it's safe, you get to keep the difference. That's something that you can do. Here's a timeless one. It's the game of real estate. Investing in real estate is a way to generate passive income. As the value of your investment property goes up, so will rent, increasing your profit margin as a steady stream of cash flow. You can take money from a home equity line of credit, a 401k, an IRA, something that's earning you a low yield, and put it in something that's earning a higher yield. And again, that's another form of positive financial arbitrage where you get to earn the difference. Real estate, by the way, if you're investing with an expert, it's super easy to do. And yes, there is a link below where you can get a copy of my book, have it all. And I'm gonna show you my 5 favorite methods for investing to produce passive income. Another popular one of these is called REITs. It's a real estate investment trust. It's a company that goes out there and they buy a lot of real estate and they manage it and they rent it out. And if you throw some money in, they will kick out some dividends to you. Real estate investment trusts offer the passive income benefits of real estate with less hassle and less oversight because you're not buying it. You're not dealing with like tenants and property managers and things like that. But they have a lower upside for value appreciation and higher management costs. So it's like you do lose something when you ask someone else to step in and do that for you, but it is passive nonetheless. If you love passive income as much as I do, I wrote a book, which is a guide for you to create as much passive income in as short a time period as possible. For one, this book teaches you how to become financially free in less than 5 years. And here's the definition of financially free. You gotta have the money passively coming in, but you also have to have all of your time back. When you have time and money, you are officially free. And this book will show you exactly how to do that. Now, this book is a gift from me to you today. It doesn't cost you anything. I am gonna have you cover the shipping, but the book is beautiful, full color. And of the last 5 books that I've written, this bestseller is one that you want to read if you're serious about building real passive income real fast. You know, at the start of this video, I talked about how Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, inspired me to understand the game of money very different. It got me into real estate, got me into business, got me into a number of other things. And if you're curious on my viewpoints on Robert Kiyosaki, what I think is best that he brought to the world, but some of the things you should be aware of, what's real, what's fake, watch right here and let me show you.